So actually, to clarify, Mexico has not made Bitcoin legal tender, but there is an initiative there. Senator Indira Kempis is working actively to push a Bitcoin law forward and have that potentially pass through Congress. But Honduras, it's actually a special economic region of Honduras called Prospera. So they actually did make Bitcoin legal tender.
Oh, really?
So it's a small development right now, but it's effectively a what we call a free private city. It's a special economic zone of Honduras, and so Bitcoin is legal tender there. Now in Madeira, that is the autonomous region of Portugal. So they didn't make Bitcoin legal tender, but Bitcoin is sort of a de facto legal tender there because there is no capital gains tax, and the government there and President Albuquerque are looking at ways they can adopt Bitcoin, and Jan3 will be working with them to roll out some things in the coming months. But there's different ways to approach Bitcoin adoption at the nation state level. You can have the top-down approach like El Salvador, which is the Bitcoin law and then legal tender. But there are places in the world where there is no capital gains. So if the government is encouraging people to use Bitcoin as money, they don't need to really change anything. Another example is the city of Lugano in Switzerland. So they actually are also pushing for de facto Bitcoin legal tender. They can accept Bitcoin for tax payments, payment for parking tickets, or use of services in the city. But Switzerland also has no capital gains tax, so they don't need a law saying it's legal tender. But different regions around the world are able to approach it in different ways. So another example I'll give you is Guatemala. So they actually have a law recognizing foreign currencies. And with Bitcoin as legal tender in El Salvador, they can just say, we recognize Bitcoin as a foreign currency. So they don't need their own law. So there's a lot of different things happening in different countries around the world, and we are working with different groups to try to push this forward.